Welcome in, race fans, to Flags Behind the Brand. On the telephone, we got Mr. Vinny Giuliani of JRI Shocks. Vinny, you guys are pretty busy, ain't you?
Oh, man, I'm telling you what, it's summertime, and we're racing all the time, but that's what we love to do. Thanks for having me on.
Not a problem. Now, JRI Shocks is relatively new, 3 years new to the dirt scene, but give us the evolution of JRI Shocks from beginning to now.
Well, it started with Jeff Ryan, which is what JRI Shocks stands for, and he began with Penske Shocks years ago, and he evolved and decided to start JRI to continue to expand and do things in a way that would benefit the racer for years down the road. He started JRI about 5 years ago. Like you mentioned, 3 years ago, we started getting into the dirt market with some of our main dealers, and lately we've been expanding to do some dirt products and do some dirt support in-house, and also work with our numerous dealers across the country, from coast to coast, north to south. We have many great dealers that help us do what we do. And Jeff is involved every day in the engineering aspect. I can go in there at any time and talk to, the godfather of the modern-day racing shock is what they call him, and go in there and ask him. And he's got just a wide range of knowledge. He understands what I'm trying to accomplish. And that's just, it's unbelievably valuable to have a guy of that, with that kind of resume right there at your fingertips. So it makes it really exciting, and I'm really thankful to be a part of the team.
And you guys are definitely dedicated to the sports and to the guys you support. You're actually somewhere now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm up in New Jersey at the moment, where we're going to run a Super Dirt Series race with Mr. Billy Pouch, legend up here, of course. And it's going to be all the big boys tonight. It's the Super Dirt Series, so big block, soft tires. We feel pretty good about our chances. We're really looking forward to it. But anytime you throw in Brett Hearn and Matt Shepard and those guys, it's a tough crowd. But we're really looking forward to it. We're working right now as we speak. We worked last night some, and that's what I'm here for. Be at the track, be at the shop, support our guys, and I'm really thankful to be able to work with a guy like Billy Pouch. That you walk through his trophy case, it's just amazing. So. It's great to have that. He's open to new ideas, lets me try some things, and I think that benefits both parties.
We're listening to Vinny Giuliani from JRI Shocks. Vinny, I'm looking at the website, and I notice there's a JRI Advantage. You guys, disciplines you guys follow when it comes to your products. So can you touch on the JRI Advantage? Absolutely.
This is what sets our shock apart from the competitors. And these are technical things, that we feel like improves grip and performance. Jeff Ryan worked really hard in the design of all of our shocks, late model, big block modified, IMCA modified, USMTS style. Any dirt shock has the same performance advantages that I'm going to touch on here. Number one is breakaway seal friction, or it's also called stiction. So in other words, when that shock begins motion in either direction, there's very little drag. So that's good for grip. It allows the tire to follow the racetrack. That's very important. Secondly, reducing internal gas pressure, which in turn reduces the rod force, which for you guys out there that are used to feeling that rod pressure, that's exactly what we're talking about. On dirt, we try to minimize that in certain instances. There can be instances where you want to use that to your advantage, but when you've got the opportunity to run as low as you want, that's definitely beneficial, and we're pleased to have a design that can do that. Third would be reduced friction in a dynamic loading condition. If you look at your left rear suspension on a dirt late model, for instance, you'll notice that the shock and spring really wants to misalign and side load. So if you can reduce that side load by the design of the body of the shock and the rod guide in the shock, that's going to make it perform at its top performance at all times, whether it's dynamic it's going to perform exactly dynamically the way it would on the dyno, which is really important, and a lot of people miss that. We're not racing the dyno, we're racing the race car. So you got to make sure you're doing a good job of providing the product that can perform well on the car in race conditions. And those things lead to these next two: increased frequency response, which is the shock's ability to change directions quickly in compression and rebound. We have the thinnest piston on the market, allows very little fluid between the shim stacks, and that allows that shock to work with the spring and work with the tire to keep the contact patch steady, and that creates more grip always. So that's what we try to accomplish with all of our shocks. And finally, reduce hysteresis. That's a buzzword in shocks, but it's true. You want the shock to perform the same as you're speeding up to an input as when you're slowing down from that same input. And the design of our shocks, thanks to Jeff and the engineers and the guys at JRI, we're very proud of all of those 5 things working really well in all of our product line: asphalt, dirt, NASCAR, IndyCar, drag racing, you name it. We try to stick to those 5 points of the JRI advantage. That's in the back of our mind always when we're building shocks for our customers.
Well, now that you've expressed to us the 5 keys to superior shocks when it comes to the JRI advantage, tell us about the end result, the great product that you guys put out.
Yeah, we're really pleased this year. I've been part of JRI for almost a year now, and we've been very pleased to be able to expand. For instance, we're expanding into a new building, which is going to make the customers really happy with our ability to turn around shocks and provide support, and more manpower allows me to be at the track and support these great products you're just asking about. For the late model side of things, we have 3 different options. We have a canister double adjustable, canister triple adjustable. A lot of success with Riley Hickman in the South. Ryan Atkins has done a great job for us in the Crate Series. Clay Daly out all the way in California has seen success in his victory circle with this shock. What this shock does, both the double and the triple canister, it allows for standardized lengths, a larger nitrogen chamber, and that's easy to adjust for the racer. It has knobs, so it's something a little more you can change in a hurry. The guys are used to that compression rebound adjuster. Of course, for the late models, we also have the internal reservoir double adjustable, also base valve. It's proven itself over the last few years. Our dealers have done a great job of providing some major race wins through the last few years, and we're very proud of that. And that shock continues to win races this day. On the modified side of things, which isn't as popular in our area, but it's growing. We have an outlaw modified shock, the SL10, and then we have a SL13 IMCA legal steel body shock. Both of those are steel body, and we've seen some really good results with those. They're low budget, but they follow the same JRI principles, and we've seen some big success with the SL10 shock. Currently, Jason Hughes out of Oklahoma is ranked #1 in the country in the modified power rankings, which comes out every week on racingdirt.com. A very cool website to keep track of modifieds and racing in the Midwest, and even some national stuff. And on like a B-mod side of things, Corey Krapser is leading the points, the national points and the Ironman Challenge points. So we're very pleased with that. And our SL13 IMCA shock is about a month old, so we've been really pleased with the response we've had, from IMCA and from those drivers. And we just want to make sure that people are aware that we have a shock that's in their budget and is IMCA legal, but will still have all the performance advantages of all of our other JRI shocks. Like I said, NASCAR all the way down to short track to drag racing. Every shock uses those same principles to make sure that we're performing at the highest level.
Well, thanks, Benny, for joining us here on Behind the Brand. Of course, everybody listening can look you guys up at www.jrishocks.com. What's some phone numbers that can reach the JRI people with?
Well, you can reach me direct if you're interested in the dirt aspect of things at 704-500-7079. Our telephone number at the shop is 704-660-8346. Again, we're moving to a new building. We're really excited there in Mooresville in the race park. It's actually the former Red Bull Racing building, so it's quite expansive. It's good for. We're really proud to be expanding the way we are. But definitely get a hold of us. JRIShocks.com is always up to date with product information, race winners, contact information. That's the place to go to keep an eye on what we're up to. So look forward to hearing from you guys.
That's the very knowledgeable short track dirt expert at JRI Shocks, Vinny Giuliani. For more information, you can reach them at www.jrishocks.com or call 704-660-8346. To reach Vinny Giuliani directly, you can call it 704-500-7079. For more information on Behind the Brand, you can call Jason Atkins at 336-648-5757 or simply look him up on the internet at www.flagtoflag.net. Tune in next time when we take you Behind the Brand.